don't know, anybody with any other ailments that you've treated with a detox and gotten better of any type? Chef Babette, you might have had some experience with in your history. You've detoxed a number of times, not just juice feasting, right?
Well, you know what I really remember whenever I've done the lemonade fast, that one really, really, really gets rid of all, seems to get rid of so much of the mucus, the inflammation in the body. It's just amazing. After a while, it's like your senses are opened up. You can smell every single thing. It's really amazing. It's really amazing. You almost don't even want to eat again because you feel like you're gonna mess everything up. But yeah, I enjoy after, huh?
Is that the master cleanse?
The master cleanse.
Okay.
Yeah, you've done that one.
No, I've read about it.
You should. Yeah. That one is incredible. It really is. It just takes you to a different place. It makes you feel so different, and to see how you can really flush yourself out with the saltwater enemas, in the morning. It's just incredible. It's an incredible cleanse. However, you have to be extremely careful coming back to eat because you can put on more weight because it will take you down to where you should be. It's going to help you get rid of the waste, but you will put on some weight if you come back from that cleanse too quickly because you're literally drinking lemons, water, and a syrup.
And cayenne pepper, right? Is it cayenne pepper with it?
Yes, and cayenne pepper. That's what really works and gets rid of all the inflammation. As a matter of fact, right now I'm having an issue with my eyes tearing very badly, and I started using Dr. Schultz's I think it's Eye Bright, and washing my eye. It has cayenne pepper in it. So you can just imagine.
Oh, wow.
Like. However, it's really helping. And I've only done it 2 days because I went on a photo shoot a few weeks ago and my eye teared so badly on some of the photos. You can see the teardrop. So this thing is the cayenne pepper is incredible. But yeah.
Not good for the eyes though, right?
Huh?
Not good for the eyes, right?
But no, it seems like it's really going to help the eyes.
Okay.
Getting rid of some of the inflammation.
Boy, sounds kind of hot. Well, what is your first week been like, Celeste? So the dreaded first week? We want to get into that phase of things. So we kind of went through the preparation, but this dreaded first week. So what is that like?
So my goal this time was, to stay active. So, I can, which before when I did a juice fast, I did not stay active because it was about 11 years ago. So this was when vegan and juicing was not in style. And so a lot of people were questioning me about why are you doing this and what's going on? So I was like, maybe I shouldn't work out and maybe I shouldn't do these things. But this time I'm like, I'm going to keep doing everything that I do. So this week I kept, I went to the gym and did my normal routine, go to my classes and went to work. Just want to keep the rhythm of what I normally do. And so it's worked out. Honestly, most days I come home and go to sleep. So around 9, I go to sleep because I want to chew on something and that, I can't do. I'm normally a late night person. I usually go to sleep around like 12. Don't ask me what I'm doing. I don't. But now I'm like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and go to sleep. And so, but the first 2 days I was feeling a little bit fatigued, a little bit tired, like dragging a little bit. Day 3, which I was anticipating being a bad day, actually wasn't that bad. So my energy started to the fatigue started to pull away some. So it's just, it's just been a slow. I just truly miss the snacking, the chewing, the snacking stuff. But getting beyond that.
Yeah, that's certainly been my whole deal. All right, Sean, I want to hear
Oh God.
You've been sharing a lot of interesting stuff with me.
I know. I mean, I'm just gonna be frank. I'm a foodie. I'm a fat girl in a little girl's body. I am a foodie, so I miss my food. And every day I've been like, okay, day 1, day 2. And I think because Celeste told me prior to us starting, day 3 was going to be terrible. So day 3 was horrible for me. I said, put in my mind, day 3 is the worst day. So day 3 was every day. I mean, well, I say that to say, I think I'm putting in my, Taurus tells me, you're putting it in your head that you want to eat. I want to chew. And I'm staying busy. I'm working. And unlike Celeste, during the preparation, I decided not to work out. Again, dreading the fatigue that I thought I was going to have. So I said, I'm not going to work out. I don't want to strain my body on anything extra. So all I do is work, drink my juice, come home, go to bed. I don't even want to watch commercials because it seems like everybody's eating something. And I'm like, I don't want to eat. I don't want to tempt myself. But I think my body goes into spurts, meaning there are times when I'm super hungry. Like, I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm so hungry. And I'm like, man, let me go drink this juice. And I'll sip on it and I'm thinking, I don't know if I'm going to make it. And I'll drink that juice and I'll sit there for a minute and it'll pass. So it's just a roller coaster ride. I think if I just, and that's why I have it always. I always have a bottle next to me. I think if I just have my ready-made juices next to me, I'll be okay. But it's definitely a roller coaster. It's a roller coaster. I don't see an increase of energy. However, I work 15 hours a day, Monday through Thursday. So we're pretty good. But when I go to bed, I go to bed. As soon as my 9 o'clock, I am in bed. And I wake up the next morning very refreshed. I mean, and insomnia was a problem for me. Like, I could never sleep throughout the night. But since I've been on this juice feed, I have definitely been able to, I mean, my bed has never felt so good. Like, never. I love it. I love just taking a shower and going straight to bed. So I sleep all night. What about you?
For me, mine's been totally the opposites of Sean's. Mine's been pretty smooth for me. Hadn't had any side effects, anything of that nature. I started out, I think the first day I had to consume more. I've learned over the last couple of days that my intake is actually lessened. Don't need as much. I don't know if it was from the smooth move from the first night, clearing everything out, or what. But I've noticed now that it don't take as many bottles throughout the day. But what I have found is that for me, my energy level definitely went up. I have definitely more energy. I do find myself like everyone else, though, at the end of the night. I teach a class at night. When I get off that Zoom, I used to hang out and watch a little TV and things of that nature. Nope. I'm doing a lot of things to avoid putting myself in a bad position. One of the things Sean and I did also is that we cleared the refrigerator out. We took everything. We have an outdoors refrigerator, so we took everything that we had that could go in that freezer, move it out, and everything else we just tried to heat it up before, or either we just got out of sight, out of mind. And Sean is one of those that every time we pass a food truck or a billboard, so I do a lot of coaching. Sean motivates me to stay motivated so I can keep her motivated. So I spend a lot of time telling her, a lot of things you are what you think. And I tell her it's all mental. When you think you're hungry, when you think you want this, you miss this, you will start to craving it. So I spend a lot of my time trying to be strong for the both of us. And I'm hoping that if I keep doing it, she'll hang in there as long as I hang. So I'm in for the long haul. So she's got to get tightened up and come on with it, okay?
Joyce, I remember when we started, we were talking to you, and I was talking to Sean after you were there. And I remember hearing you on speakerphone and said, hey, we're going to do a juice feast. And Sean said, oh, yeah, I'm going to do it. And you said right away, I'm going to do it. Yeah, let's do it. I mean, you had no hesitation, it seemed. I mean, it's like, okay, yeah, let's just do it. And it seems like it's just smooth sailing. I don't know if I've met anybody to go through this like I've seen you go through it. You were very confident at the very beginning. and it just seems like, no bumps in the road. And that's really great. And it's amazing to see how different people react to the same event. Because I remember my first juice feast, I was excited about it and I did it. But my first week was very, very tough. I mean, I had a lot of sinus drainage and all of that stuff. And I remember seeing patients. I think I went through about 3 or 4 boxes of Kleenex in a given day. And because I was just draining a lot. And I think it was like day 2 or 3 on the detox. And I had some other little reactions as well. But that was the biggest reaction I remember. But that's amazing to see how you've gone through it pretty smoothly. And that's really good. And some people may have the detox reaction week 2 or week 3 or something like that. But it just goes to show that our bodies react differently, and it's no way to really predict that. So this is really
One
good.
of the other things too, Dr. Montgomery, I do find sometimes though that I do feel a little dehydrated. So I find myself taking a big intake of water.
Yep.
I drink a lot of water.
Yep.
And it calls me to, I'm in and out the restroom.
Yep.
But I'm drinking a lot more water and I'm going to the restroom a lot more than normal.
Yeah.
A lot more.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. I'm glad you pointed that out. When the only thing you have to do is drink, you drink more and you hydrate yourself more. And see, one thing we do when we eat the regular diet, and I say regular diet, even a quote unquote healthy plant-based diet, if you're satisfying your stomach and your insides by eating, say, some solid food, maybe I eat a vegan whatever. But that vegan whatever, maybe it's not very hydrating. Maybe it's a vegan casserole or vegan, beet burger or whatever. But it's not very hydrating, but it fills you up. You may not drink as much because you're relying on that to fill you up. And the number one nutrient is water, and hydration is key. And there are a lot of benefits to a juice feast. And we said, well, you may be taking fewer calories. You can consume 3,000 calories a day on a juice feast. I know it because I've done it before. And as Chef Babette pointed out, you can juice a yam or sweet potato, and that'll give you a lot of carrots. But what the benefit of this is, as you pointed out, you're drinking more. Whether you're drinking more water or drinking more juice, you're hydrating yourself more. And that greater hydration is really a benefit because we tend to, a guy wrote a book on the title of the book is that you're not sick, you're thirsty. And a lot of our illnesses are founded in dehydration. And so even though the foods we may be eating, a lot of it may be quote unquote healthy in a way that it doesn't have toxins in it. But a lot of the food, solid food, especially as cooked, it lacks water. And so a lot of times we don't drink enough water. And the nice thing about a juice feast, if all that you eat is what you're drinking, then that's the critical thing. So I thought that's a good point you raised about drinking more and so on and so forth. Chef Babette, what has your first week been like?
It's been pretty good. I've been busy. Now I get up at usually between 2 and 2:30 in the morning. Mm-hmm. So I crash pretty early. So it's really, really pretty easy for me because I'm up super early. I get a little 30-40 minute workout in. I hit it to work and I work all those hours standing on my feet and moving. Of course, I'm right there with a big industrial juicer. So all the juice that I need and all the produce and everything I need is right there. So I can replenish as often as I need. So it's not really challenging for me. And then I come home and usually, like, I can pass out at 6. I can pass out at 5:45. Anyway, I pass out, but I'm up at 2. Y'all probably still sleep. I don't want to feel embarrassed about that.
I've gotten text message from you, and it's like 3, 4 a.m. my time, 2 a.m. your time. So
and I'm thinking everybody else should be up. So yeah, like it's getting towards my bedtime right now, So if I look a little worn out, it's because I got the teary eye and I'm sleepy. So. But it's been fine, doctor. And you guys, you really have to, especially for people that are new doing this, you kind of have to sit and tell yourself, if say for instance you're 30 years old, I've been on the planet 30 years and they never really cleaned my insides. You really kind of got to think about that. You bathe yourself every single day, but how often do you cleanse the inside of your body? It's just mandatory. You just have to do it. And you kind of have to just get over the eating thing and know that, like, you counting days down. I think that's good. I used to do that too. And you just know after them number of days, pretty soon you're gonna be able to eat again. So
But you raise a great point, cleaning out your inside, because I remember so I remember a guy, so we used to hold these little events at our office, and they were like open houses, and we would talk to people about our wellness programs and all of that stuff. And in our main waiting room, there's a bathroom because patients come in. That kind of, we break that waiting room down like a little auditorium. There's a bathroom at the back of the waiting room, and so on and so forth. So I remember, we did the little presentation, and we kind of broke when we're mingling and talking. And, one of the guys that were there had gone to the bathroom. And now maybe a few minutes after he shut the door, it's not that I was paying attention, but we were just talking. And all of a sudden, this foul odor just woof. I mean, just came over the room. And it's almost like somebody kind of woof, blew a big gas of foul, maybe it's almost like a monster did a massive fart. Right in the room. And it was just, like super funky. No, seriously. I mean, it's like, so we've been invaded by the super funk, And so I say, whoa. And then, after you got that super funk hit, then I heard a toilet flush. And so the guy walks out of the bathroom, and it's like, whoa. And, now he was a thin, muscular guy, healthy looking, and we clearly knew what happened. And it's almost like that funk came out of there and said, "Hey, you about to come out." So it's like, whoa, what's going on? So with the point you made, cleaning yourself out. Oftentimes we don't realize, and people put all perfume and makeup and stuff like that, and discharges, and I don't want to get into all about business, women's discharges, or men, bowel movements, different things, your sweat glands, all that's related to what's inside of you. And so if you're putting dead animal flesh inside of you on a regular basis, or toxic waste, then what's happening is that stuff is building up and putrefying. And then, and some people, they have a bowel movement, you got to fumigate the neighborhood. And so this was an example where this person had not cleaned himself out. Now, he may be physically fit, he exercised and all that, but he's loaded with toxins. And so this whole clean out flushing is really important from a health standpoint, because you don't want to be walking like a human graveyard. Because, most people eat out of morgues, they don't eat out of kitchens. And I don't want to be too graphic, but it's really important if you eat these foods that you clean yourself out periodically. So that's a great point in terms of cleaning yourself out. So
also, Doc, can I just say, I don't even have to wear deodorant anymore. I got really, really, really involved in food combining, making sure that the foods that I combine together were not going to rot inside of me.
Yep.
And that creates a lot of foul odors too, from your mouth, from your body parts, all of that. And if you learn to combine your foods properly, and I don't know, you guys probably know that, but there are so many people walking around with, they have to medicate themselves after they eat. There's absolutely no reason that anybody part of the human species should have to take medication after you eat to digest your food. That just does not make sense. You're a human. There's a diet, a specific diet for the human species. As I don't know what other species medicates themselves after they eat. Do you? I mean, nope. that's it's because we eat everybody's diet in one sitting, and we eat all these different. We eat proteins, carbohydrates. We eat fruit. We eat sugars. We eat all this stuff on one plate. And then you wonder why you bloat and you have acid reflux and you need Tums and all this stuff, as Doc said, begins along with the animal flesh, begins to putrefy in the system. and it rots. And that's what old boy in the bathroom did. He
was rotten.
Unleashed the graveyard. He was, all the dead corpses came out of his gut and so on. So,
Dr. Sherman, can I add to something from a pediatrician standpoint? So also a lot of parents are letting me know and complaining now that some of their young children, the 5, 4, 6-year-olds, that they have an odor, and they're starting to use deodorants on these young children because there's an odor. And I talk to them about the diet, and I just for the starting of everything, I just tell them to pull out dairy for me so that we can do that for a week, and you will be able to tell a difference. And in most cases, they are able to tell a difference just by pulling out dairy.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Desiree, how was your first week?
My first week has gone well. COVID didn't come through as far as being able to work from home. However, it brought out a lot of bad habits. So I've been wearing sweats and comfortable clothes every day, which and eating very bad. When you're home all day, the snacks are there. So I don't ever remember eating potato chips like I have been doing over the past year, all day, every day, watching TV. So I picked up a lot of bad habits, and with that, not feeling well. It's lethargic. I eat and I'm sleepy. Once I eat, I go to sleep. So that means I'm napping 3 times a day, which means I'm not as productive as I was before. Before COVID, I was working out 3 to 4 times a week. So on top of the eating, now I'm not working out. So I see I've got my little COVID fat. I call it my COVID baby look now. So mentally, I am tired of feeling tired. And I can't go up on weight anymore because I probably won't be able to fit any more of my clothes.
So the timing was right.
It's been really an experience for me. I feel clean. Timing was right. I feel energized. I feel clean. I feel good. So I'm having a great experience from this.
Wonderful. Yeah, that's the other thing too. A lot of us, it's good to come because we go through a lot, and I remember going through a period of time, similar to what Desiree was pointing out, where life gets in the way, and so you're working long hours. I remember I didn't have a lot of help at the office. I was working long hours and not working out and so on and so forth. Oftentimes you may be eating late, so even if you may be eating the right thing, you may be eating late at night or whatever the case is. And these little cleanses help break the monotony of that. And we don't all have perfect lives, things get away. And the other thing what a cleanse does, it'll break the monotony of poor lifestyle due to circumstances. But what it does, it also helps you situate yourself and prepare for the next time the next crisis come. You're better prepared. And when I'm going, and one thing I say to people, whenever I'm going to a juice feast, because every year I've done it over the years, I always calculate, okay, coming out of this juice feast, how am I going to be different? I mean, because I've got to come out of this unchanged. So what have I done in the past to improve going forward? Now, as I think I was talking to Celeste the other day, I'm going to try to do like 90% raw coming out and stick to that. Remove starch, so there's certain things I'm planning. I've got a strategy as I come out of the juice feast in terms of making it better. So you always want it to be a stepping stone to a better way of eating, because the next time you do it, you're going to do something even better. And so over time, if you do these intermittent detoxes, you're getting better all along. And so it's all about getting better, because as we get older, we want to clean up our diets and clean up our systems and kind of improve things along the way. Any other comments on that? Marvin has another question. Are there any certain detox programs that are better at aiding the body with elimination of toxic waste, juice, lemon, or water fast? I like the juice feast better than the water fast. I've done water fast up to 6.5 days, and it's actually a good detox, and I think it benefits a lot of people. But the juice feast is probably the most powerful one, most aggressive type of detox you can do and still go about your normal life. If you do a water fast for more than 7 days, even up to 7 days, you're gonna have to be at home all the day. And a lot of people do water fasts. They go to facilities and they spend a week, 10 days, 2 weeks, or whatever. Or some people water fast up to 40 days at the place in Santa Rosa, California. But they have to be in bed. They can't exercise. So it really takes away from your lifestyle. And some people have to do that. A juice feast, on the other hand, and what we're trying to demonstrate with our discussion tonight and in the future, I mean, we're going to work every day. We're doing our stuff, and we're still able to juice feast, and it helps eliminate. So I would answer that question by saying the juice feast is number one, and the raw food detox would be number two. Anybody else have a take on that in terms of, what's the best way to detox? So that would be my take on this. So what I want to do is we start to kind of wrap up our conversation this evening. I'll go around the table again. We're on day 5. We're heading into the weekend, getting into next week. What's on everybody's mind? What's your plan for moving forward? Any key juice? And let me kind of share I'll start off. And so what I'm doing now, in my previous juice feast, I would do a lot of fruit juices, and in fact, the first one did a lot of fruit juices. And then over time, I tried to do more vegetables. So the very first juice feast, I did all fruits and then one vegetable juice. That's like because I have to do one today as my mentor. Now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to do a majority of vegetable juices and minimal to no fruit juices. Now, most of my juices have either all vegetables and one fruit. Like this super juice has apples, carrots, beets, spinach, lemon, and turmeric. Now you can argue the carrots and beets are kind of starchy, but there's only one fruit and the rest veggies. This is a custom juice I have: cayenne, ginger. There's a cucumber, ginger, mint, kale, lime. It has one fruit: pineapple, collard greens, and lemon. Now, I do have some other juices that are all veggies. So what I'm trying to do and to move into next week, do more all veggie juices, and hopefully by into the second month, I may be all veggie juices and maybe a rare juice that has a fruit in it. And then toward the end, whenever that's going to be, I want to get into some more bitter juices. So my strategy moving forward is to move to more veggie juices and to change my taste buds. That's kind of where I am. Sean, let me hear from you and Taurus. What's on your mind? You have a strategy, a game plan for moving. This is the first quarter. Maybe that's next week's the second quarter.
Yeah. For me, I think that I've been treating it like dependency, like substance abuse, actually. I have to stay away from certain people. And it's a whole lifestyle change going through this process. TV shows are different. We don't watch TV nearly as much. That can become anything that can be a trigger, anything that can make us want to use. So it's not just the diet, it's a whole lifestyle change for us. And overall, it feels better. We're actually talking more. We spend time together more. Now we go sit on the porch where we used to go outside and cook certain things. It's just a whole lifestyle change. So I spend a lot of my time, just trying to, for the next couple of weeks, is trying to stay straight and trying to keep Sean intact. Trying to get her to keep her head straight, stay away from certain people, keep the negativity down, because I know if she were to go to the grocery store and bring that food in the house, it will be a little effect on me. So I do all that I can to help her. I'm doing a lot of coaching, definitely, telling her, hey, don't call that particular person. What time of day is it? We try to not, go certain directions, even when we go to the store, try not to pass all the restaurants. It's just a whole commitment of trying to keep focused, It's a whole lifestyle change for us.
Yeah.
Wow. Same thing. So Desiree, what's your strategy going into next week?
Again, being prepared, having my juice already ready. My teas are all lined out. So as soon as I get the urge that I feel hungry, it's already an easy grab. And I like a challenge. So, really, this isn't a challenge, like I said before, because all that eating made me feel worse and had bad results. So I'm looking forward, and I'm really excited about a lifestyle, which this is a lifestyle, not a diet, that is improving my health.
Wow. So you had some momentum coming in. All right. So that's anything game plans? You gonna change the game plan, or you gonna stay with the same game plan as the first quarter?
No, I'm gonna, I've been wanting to, I just haven't taken the time in this week to juice myself. So, I want to get the organic vegetables and fruits. And so that way I know, well, as much as I can know, everything that's in. I think I was questioning some of the dates on some of the juices that we purchase and how they can last for so long. So just to take that question out of my mind, go ahead and do some myself.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, juicing yourself is ideal. I've tried that. I've just been a failure at it. I'm not a natural juicer. Chef Babette she juices just about all of her stuff herself. And I mean, one of these days I'll get to that point. Another 10 years, perhaps I can come through and become a juicer. But I think that's a good strategy because the fresher the juice, the better. That's for sure. All right, Chef, we want you to bring in the final leg.
Well, basically at 70 years old, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I don't care if I change my palate or not. I want my juice. I want it palatable. I ain't gonna drink it. It gotta taste right to me. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to drink a glass of wheatgrass. If I want some wheatgrass, I'll juice me some wheatgrass. So you go on and change your palate, Doc. But I'm putting some pineapple or some oranges or something in mine. Y'all better make it so you want to drink it. Doc have you sitting up here, y'all have big old glasses of wheatgrass. You won't be able to get through your thing. You want to get through, you better make it taste good. You can make at least it taste good. At least that. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
I make mine taste good. Look, try them and forget about Doc. If your hands got to take your kind of starchy. I don't care. You better take you some of them yams and them apples and some nutmeg. Child, that's a good drink right there.
Roger, edit that last segment. Thank you.
She right about
No,
I'm trying to change my palate now. I don't care. I can still do a push-up with some apples. Okay, I'm going to bed now. I'm already tired. Bye.
No, that's okay. Chef Babette, we love you. And here's the thing. Now, you just had your 70th birthday. You had this wonderful bathing suit. Why don't you lead us all in a 70-day juice feast? How about that?
Ooh.
I want to go 70 days. You ain't putting that on me. I ain't that excited. No.
I get excited.
You're our fearless leader. Huh?
For a bathing suit, that was enough. I'm done with the 70 days. I may go 2 months with y'all and be like, I'm out.
Well, look, if you go 2 months, that's 60 days. You'll be ashamed.
Right.
You should do another 10 days. You go that long.
Probably not. I'm going to bed. Can I go? Can I be excused?
I love her.
Bye.
Have a good bye. Oh boy, that's funny. Let's catch a few more questions. We'll chime out. Marvin, we covered that one. Let's see here. Janice says she's great. Here's the do you add superfoods to your juices like burdock root, spirulina? Well, burdock root, you can actually juice the root. Spirulina, yes, you can. Chlorella, you can add superfoods. E3 Live, we do. Does it make a difference? It can make a difference. I mean, adding superfoods make a difference. You want one thing about adding superfoods, like I do blue-green algae on a regular basis, and Celeste alluded to this. The juices, you're getting good hydration. You may not always know the good quality of the produce you're getting, the greens and all that stuff. And so adding the superfoods sort of give you that burst of nutrients. That's always helpful. but make sure they're foods and make sure they're not, processed chemical powders and things like that. The ones that Veronica listed were ideal superfoods, but a lot of people may put herbal supplements with vitamins and all this stuff. You don't want to do that. If you have to take vitamin supplements, now next week we'll probably talk about vitamin supplements that you can take, depending on what your issue is, because some people can take vitamin supplements. Obviously, you want to have good quality supplements, but this is more of kind of a clinical type thing. If people, have certain ailments, or if you're working out and you have inflammation, you can have super nutrients like MSM and all that. And we'll talk about that in our next segment. So one thing I want to do is I want to apologize to our current listeners and also some people who are not on, because when I posted this, I discovered there was a technical error in the posting. I actually put March 4th on there instead of March 5th. So I think a lot of people were on last night looking for the show when it was actually supposed to be on tonight. And I had to make that change for the posting. And so we'll make sure that that is corrected next time. So I think a lot of our routine listeners missed out. And I'll make sure we do a program note on Fresh Natural Live and send the link to the show to them who may have missed it. Any final comments, any words of wisdom, any final wisecracks as we chime out tonight, your first week? You regret doing this, Sean, or not?
I don't regret it at all. I'm going to be honest. Listening to everybody, I feel like I was the weak link, but I think I'm the biggest foodie. I am definitely a foodie. And doing it as a part, doing it with Taurus here at the house, it has been like, I'm gonna be honest, that's probably my motivation. I mean, I take my hat off to Desi, who's doing it, and on the other hand, still cooking at home, for her husband, smelling food. I mean, it would just be a challenge. So I'm looking forward to my second week because, Doc, you said day 10, 12, I'm going to feel good. I'm not going to think about food. I'm not going to think about chewing. So I'm going to wait and I'm going to call you out if I feel good and chew it. And if I'm okay. I want to have all this energy, but I plan to start working out next week. I do want to just, on my treadmill, just something like I'm going to add and incorporate that. And Celeste, speaking of you, I just want to chime this in. You were talking about the juices. Because our first couple of days, we were drinking like 3-4 bottles a piece. We went to Whole Foods and just bought all of this juice. But now day 4 or 5 is down to like 2, 3, maybe like 2, 3 bottles a day. Like we're not drinking hardly as much. So we do have quite a few juice bottles in the refrigerator already ready for this weekend because we're not going to go on that side of town. So you said shelf life. What is I guess I need to read the shelf life. I was just doing every 2 or 3 days.
It's at the top.
Oh, okay. I can't see. Oh wait, yes I can. Okay, it says 3/22. So March 22nd.
Yeah, so I'm just making a comparison because when you juice things at home, it may last about 3 or 4 days. Then it starts to kind of ferment. And then some juices from some stores, they have a date on it that you can tell was made on that day. And then it has a date, a sell by day, which is going to probably start to ferment. But that particular one goes way longer than the others. So I'm just wondering, how are they making it preserve that long?
Exactly.
Yeah. So whenever I have questions like that, I just say, Celeste, if you question it, then you can do something to fix it. So do something to fix it for yourself since you're questioning it.
That's a good point. We have about 12 bottles. We're going to drink it fermented and it's going to have fur on it. We're going to drink those. We don't have any more bottles left.
If it's got fur on it, it'll really clean you out, but that's okay.
But really, I guess that's on the way to a kombucha, right?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. It's fermenting. Yeah, a little bit of alcohol.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you what, this has been a great. Thank you guys for your comments. I'm going to meet you guys backstage. What I'm going to do is kind of have a final words of wisdom here. The thing is that, what we tried to share with you today is, our insights, our personal experience in getting started on the juice feast. These things can be challenging, but they're more mentally challenging than anything else. And we want to kind of take you through our journey to give you some insight in terms of what we're experiencing. One thing I hope you took away from this is that, one is different for everybody. And we all come in with different mindsets and a different mood and different take. Some people are more anxious about it. Some people are more easygoing. We all had different experiences in terms of how we prepared and how the first week treated. Some was more tired. I was kind of more tired during the week. My workouts were more sluggish. Some people went through it, had more energy. So there's a whole spectrum of responses to this. But one consistency that you find is that everybody's just overall feeling better. And some of the people who are in our group weren't on tonight have shared with me that, hey, it's tough, but something's good's happening to my body. And so, it's always a good experience. And what Chef Babette shared is that we need to clean ourselves out. It's sort of a spring cleaning. And so by removing regular food and just nourishing our bodies with super juices and superfoods is really a great way to detox and cleanse. And don't do it for just 2 or 3 days. We're all shooting for at least 30 days. We may even go longer. We'll keep you posted as to our journey. But either way, to all of you, we hope that this has been very insightful. Tune in next Friday at 7:45, and we'll kind of continue our journey as we've gone through week 2. I'll also share some more bits and facts about juicing and detox and cleansing to give you some more insight from a scientific standpoint. So until next time, detox me now. We look forward to seeing you next Friday night.